Hello agents, in this video I'm going to show you a very easy skill build to put together. It doesn't require much grinding at all and you should be able to get it together very quickly. The video is more for people that don't really use skill builds, just want to throw one together, or new players. If you're a well established player and you're well into your skill builds, this probably won't be the build for you, so I'm just warning you now. It's just an easy build to throw together for people that want to throw one together quickly. If you do like the video, do hit the like button and consider hitting subscribe for more content from myself if you're new around here. I've got a lot of the Division 2 content on the channel, so do go and check it out. And before you finish with the video, you do want to check out the video description. I've got a link at the top there that links you to our fantastic gaming community. It's very active, and if you're a Division agent looking to hook up with other players, it's certainly the place to be. So come and check us out once you leave this video. Moving on is the build. So on screen now you can see the skill build, and why this is easy to throw together is because it's 4-piece hardwire. You can craft these in your crafting station if you've got enough materials. You can get the hardwire materials off Black Tusk enemies in the open world, and you also need to farm some of the hardwire components. You get them off certain missions like DCD headquarters or bank headquarters. I think Jefferson Plaza is another one, or Jefferson Trade Center rather. You'll notice them drop at the end of missions. You'll see like hardwire C component or whatever. You can farm them off of missions. Once you've got enough materials and components, you only need to craft these once. It's not like they come with 3 or 4 rolls. They all come with skill tier, and you can roll max skill damage on them, so you only need to roll 4 pieces and you're done. It's as easy as that. And I've chose to go with the mask, gloves and knee pads and holster, and I wanted to use brand sets for the chest and the backpack, so I could use brand set talents. So we'll go through the build in a little more detail in a second. First I'm going to go through the weapons that I use on the build. These shouldn't be too hard to farm either. I go with the Surge rifle. Doesn't really matter about the core attributes or numbers on this. You're not going to be killing anything with it. It's the talent that I like. It's perfect spike. Headshots are going to grant me 25% skill damage for 8 seconds. So what I'll do while I'm playing with this build, I will try to pick off the odd headshot before I throw a skill out to get that extra damage. Not only that, I combine it with the backpack talent as well, which you'll see in a minute. The secondary weapon that I use is the Sweet Dreams. This you will actually get more kills with than you will with the Surge, because you get instant melee kills on any non-elite enemies, and this cooldown is 15 seconds. It's so OP, one of the best exotics on the game. If any enemy flanks me or pushes me, I'm able to just switch to this, melee them, and they're dead as long as they're not an elite enemy. It's very good to have as a secondary. The pistol doesn't matter at all. I go with the Mozambique special. So going on to the gear pieces, we'll discuss what hardwire does first of all. For 1 piece, you don't get anything, but for 2 pieces you get 15% skill haste. 3 pieces will give you skill damage of 15% and repair skills of 15%, and 4 pieces will give you the feedback loop talent. Whenever you use or cancel a skill, your other skill is automatically refreshed and increases total skill damage and repair by 10% for 20 seconds. This can occur at most once per 20 seconds. That's what hardwire does. You'll notice I didn't go with the hardwire backpack. If I did, that feedback loop is reduced to 10 seconds, so it is viable. I just didn't want to use it. I forget what's on the chest hardwire piece, because you also have a talent on the chest, but again, I didn't think that one was viable at all, so I went with a brand set. But you might think differently. Make this build how you want. You can have your 4-piece hardwire wherever you want, honestly. Depends on you, really, and your preferences. On this hardwire mask, you can see it's got skill tier on there. I've rolled skill damage onto it, and I've got skill haste. The chest piece that I use is a Wyvernware chest piece, and I use that because 1-piece Wyvern gives me skill damage. It's got skill tier on it, skill damage, skill haste, and I've got a skill haste mod slot there as well. The talent that I like on the chest is skilled. So skill kills have a 25% chance to reset skill cooldowns. I've made this build so I'm always forever throwing out skills. That's what I want to be doing. Throwing out my cluster mines, throwing out my sticky bomb. I just want to be doing it consistently and not waiting too long to do it again. And that's what skilled allows you to do. It's a real good talent. The holster here is the hardwire holster. Again, skill tier and skill damage. I've got a China Light backpack. The reason for China Light is the 15% explosives damage for 1 piece. I think that's very effective. It's got skill tier, skill damage, skill haste, a skill haste mod slot, and I got the combined arms talent there. So shooting an enemy increases total skill damage by 25% for 3 seconds. Now this kind of works with the spike on my Surge weapon. So spike on Surge will give me 25% for headshots for 8 seconds. Combined arms will give me 25% for any shots for 3 seconds. Both these talents will refresh refresh if you keep on shooting. So if I kept shooting someone in the head consistently, thrown out a skill and then got back on the head and kept on shooting them, I will have 50% damage while that skill goes off and does damage. Now, headshots aren't always guaranteed though, of course, but with combined arms, if I keep shooting them in the body, I will get that 25% for 3 seconds, and if I keep shooting in the body, that'll just keep on refreshing. But spike's good if you can get the headshots as well, because they increase it to 50. But they kind of work together, those two talents, and it makes your skills hit very, very hard. The gloves there is hardwired, and again, it's just skill tier and skill damage, and the knee pads is hardwired, and it's skill tier and skill damage. It is a very easy build to make. The only thing you're going to need to farm for is the chest, the backpack, the sweet dreams, and the surge. Everything else you can craft, and the build is done. It's a very easy build to make. You can run whatever skills you want as well. I go with a sticky bomb. You can see that the damage on this build of the sticky bomb is 5.1 million. Yes, it could be higher, I'm sure, but it hits hard enough. I like where it's at, and that does some good damage. And I run with the cluster mines there, which do 2.8 million, and I've got 10 mines. So there are two skills I use. Mix it up with whatever you want. It's a skill build. Any skills will work with it. Specialization does need to be spoken about. I use the technician specialization. I'll tell you why now. We'll go over to the specialization table. I use the technician specialization for two reasons. The first one is for the extra 10% skill damage. I want as much skill damage on the build as possible, but also I use it because it gives me an extra skill tier. So what this means is, with the extra skill tier, I'm not taking advantage of it right now, but you'll notice that every single one of these 6 pieces had skill tier on as the core attribute. With the extra skill tier on the technician specialization, what that means is I can actually drop the skill tier off one of these pieces. I'm actually waiting to find a hardwire piece, either the mask, gloves, knee pads, or holster. I just want to find one with near to max skill damage on. When I do, what I'll do is I'll replace the piece, I'll have near to max skill damage, and then I'll take the skill tier off. I'll throw in some armor, or I'll throw in some weapon damage. It's just one small change that will be happening on the build once I find the right hardwire piece. But for that, I need to grind for it, and I haven't grinded for anything on this build really any time recently. But that is the build. As I said at the start of the video, guys, it's a very basic skill build to put together if you're looking to make one. If it has helped you, do hit that like button and consider hitting subscribe as well for more content. And as I said earlier, this is the end of the video now, so do go and check out the video description. The link to our fantastic gaming community is at the top of that description. Come and check us out. But thank you for watching. It's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed the build. Loads more build videos coming soon as well. Until the next video, peace out.